Welcome back to the Ancestral Findings podcast. Settle in as we journey to a site steeped in the ebb and flow of North American history. Located at the mouth of the Niagara River, this fortress offers a panoramic view of Lake Ontario and an even broader view of the past. Let's walk through the gates of this historic fort and explore the narratives etched into its walls. Our story begins in the late 17th century with the French, who saw potential in this region as a key trade and military site. They built the first trading post in 1679, envisioning a stronghold that would oversee the rich fur trade routes. By 1726, this vision had solidified into the House of Peace, a name that belied the strategic military activities it would oversee against British encroachment and the intertwined alliances with Native American tribes. The French castle, a formidable stone structure built in 1726, stands to this day as a symbol of French ambition and colonial presence. It was within these walls that French officers plotted their maneuvers. Traders bartered for furs, and meetings with Native American tribes shaped the policies of New France. The fort became a bustling center where different cultures met, traded, and sometimes fought. The British saw the importance of this fort too, and in the mid-1750s, as part of their larger strategy during the French and Indian War, they captured it. The fall of Fort Niagara marked the waning of French power in the region and the ascent of British control, a change that would have lasting implications for the future United States. Fast forward to the American Revolution, and Fort Niagara found itself under the British flag, serving as a base of operations against American forces and a haven for Loyalists. It wasn't until 1796, following the Treaty of Paris and a series of negotiations, that the British would finally hand over the fort to the burgeoning United States. As the 19th century unfolded, the fort's strategic relevance persisted. It changed hands again during the War of 1812, but was ultimately returned to American control. For years afterward, Old Fort Niagara served multiple purposes for the U.S. military, witnessing the nation's growth and changes through the Civil War and 2 world wars before retiring from active duty. Today, Old Fort Niagara is a testament to the complex history of the region. It is a place of education and preservation, where the past is brought to life through reenactments, tours, and exhibits. It stands as a reminder of the diverse forces that have shaped the Great Lakes in the United States. As we come to the end of our visit to Old Fort Niagara, we're reminded of the layers of history that are present in every corner of the fort. From its origins as a French trading post, to its role in the power struggles of early America, to the peaceful educational site it is today, the fort has borne witness to a vast and evolving story. In wrapping up our journey to Old Fort Niagara, we're not just closing the pages of a history book, we're stepping out of a doorway to the past with a richer understanding of the stories that shape our world. This fort, which has stood watch over the changing tides of nations, reminds us that our history is a treasure trove of lessons and legacies. By preserving it, we gift the young and curious of today a path to walk in the footsteps of those who came before them, ensuring the adventures and tales of yesteryear continue to inspire and teach. This visit to Old Fort Niagara isn't just a memory. It's a lasting impression, urging us to explore, remember, and share the stories that are the foundations of our future. For those intrigued by the rich history of Old Fort Niagara and eager to dive deeper into its storied past, I recommend 2 fascinating reads. First, Old Fort Niagara, The Story of an Ancient Gateway to the West by Claude H. Hultson, offers a captivating exploration of the fort's pivotal role in the expansion of the West. Second, A History and Guide to Old Fort Niagara by Brian Lee Dunnigan provides an insightful look into the daily life, military significance, and preservation efforts of this historic site. Both books promise to enrich your understanding of Old Fort Niagara, bringing to life the events and personalities that have shaped its legacy. Thank you for listening and subscribing to the Ancestral Findings podcast. For additional resources, visit ancestralfindings.com. You can download a free ebook, request a free genealogy lookup, and even participate in our weekly historical postcard giveaway. If you want to support us in more ways, consider supporting us on Patreon or PayPal. Every contribution helps to keep the lights on. From all of us at Ancestral Findings, thank you for being an integral part of our family history community since 1995. I hope you have a wonderful day, and as always, happy searching.